When I was 15, I grew up here in Fairfax County. I went to Robinson High School, and Ronald Reagan was running for president. And I remember this convention speech that he made, and watching it with my parents and just seeing what a true leader was. And I was a pretty young kid at the time, and I told my parents I wanted to work for him. And so I remember my mother would drive me down to Springfield, and that's when you literally stuffed envelopes. It was the old days, there was no email. And that's really where I started working for that Republican, that great Ronald Reagan. Of course, he won in 1980. Then when I was at Washington and Lee, 1984, he was reelected, and we won't tell stories about that election night. But anyway, it was a good time, and he was a great leader. And one of the things that he impressed upon me, which I think that you should impress upon you, is that public service is important. It just is. I'm in this because I'm a public servant. I've never run for anything in my life. I don't come here from Richmond. I don't come here from the political environment of running for campaigns. I come here from the courtroom, where I've spent my entire professional life fighting for justice. When I left college, I joined the Army. I wanted to prepare to lead. I volunteered for the infantry. I volunteered for airborne and Ranger School. Ranger School is one of these things where you get one meal a day and you're up about 20 hours a day for 2 months. You're in the swamps in Florida, the desert in Utah, the mountains along the Tennessee Valley Divide. To test you, can you lead under those conditions? So then after law school, I clerked for a federal judge, and I knew at that time I wanted to go back into public service and be a prosecutor. And so my time within this thing has been in the public service arena. Now, I've always been a strong Republican. I went to the convention in '93 for George Allen, and that's why when I applied to be the U.S. Attorney, I had the support of George Allen, John Warner, John Ashcroft, and the President of the United States appointed me U.S. Attorney. And so being a Republican is important. Being a conservative is very important. But as you make your choices as to what you want to do with your lives, I encourage you to seek out public service. It's extremely rewarding. It's not all that financially beneficial. Mrs. Brownlee can attest to that. But I tell you what, there is nothing better than finding justice. And it's why I'm running for Attorney General. So thanks.